Hello my dear YouTuber friends, and I do hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to this new video. This is a review of the TDS GTNXi module. It's basically a payware Garmin add-on for specific aircraft in the sim. And it's only going to be for PC Microsoft Flight Sim at the moment. Giving you, which is undoubtedly the most thorough Garmin system that you've ever seen in a simulator ever. Absolutely no doubt. There's a wealth of options that you can change and alter and tailor here to your liking, and things you can do in this Garmin system that I've not seen that you can do in other Garmin systems in the sim at the moment, and there's good reason for that. I'm going to explain that. I'm going to give you an overview of many of its features and many of its different settings, and then I'll give you my conclusion and recommendations at the end of this video. Okay, well, let's not dilly-dally. Let's get on with this video. So let's quickly go over of where to buy this and how to install it in Microsoft Flight Sim. I'm going to link this website down below for you in the description. This gives a very thorough overview. Go and look at this yourself of what this Garmin system can do in the sim. Quite a thorough homepage. If you click on this second link here, Virtual Cockpit Integration Aircraft List, it will give you a list of aircraft and a fancy video showing off the system, but a list of aircraft that is compatible with. Aircraft like the Sakota, the Comanche, a very popular aircraft at the moment, the Cessna 182, another popular aircraft. I'm going to show you in this video it working in the Cessna 182, and other aircraft. So if you're tempted to buy this, look through this list first to ensure that you own one of these aircraft on this page. These are the aircraft that it's compatible with. Going back to that home page, click on the Purchase Now button. It will take you down to the bottom of the home page where you can buy it. Now, it's €50, $53 or £43. A lot of you may be put off by that, saying it's too expensive. What I know now of this system, of testing it, trust me, that is a bargain price. As you'll see in this video, this is a very unique and thorough Garmin system, a very true to life Garmin system. As you'll see, that price, as you'll find out, is a bit of a bargain. But do watch out in this video. Watch this video and form your own thoughts of that. Once you do decide, if you do decide to buy it, you get an installation page. Just follow these instructions. I had no issues following these instructions and installing. I came across no issues installing it. Has a very unique installation method. It will install the genuine, keep that in mind, genuine PC trainer system first, and then the actual mod in the sim. No issues installing it. It all went into my flight sim with no problems at all. If you do have troubles, there is an included manual for troubleshooting. Not so much, the only misgiving I have with this manual, it doesn't go in too much depth about the system itself. I'm going to link down in the description the forum page for this system, for the GTNXi GTNXi system, because the forum page will give you sort of FAQ issues, question and answers, basically, if you're stuck on something. But this manual's more for the installation guide. So anyway, let's not waste too much time on this part. Let me now show you the system in use in Microsoft Flight Sim. So here we are in the Cessna 182 RG at Hudson International. I don't have live servers on, just so I don't interrupt people and they don't interrupt me. So there you go, Cessna 182 RG, as you can see. Let's jump into the cockpit. And as you can see, it's got the default, I think this is the Garmin 530 system. I have done a video on this, I'll link that down below, an ILS approach video on this system. But that's basically the sort of default system that comes with the sim. Now, with supported aircraft like the Cessna 182 RG here, you get some kind of tablet on the side. And with the RG here, you just go to the next button, and it gives you the options of using different Garmin systems. Now, the GTN 750, I believe, is a free version. Maybe I'll come back and do a review on that soon, but this is the version I've got installed, the GTN 750Xi. As you can see, it's showing it installed once you do install it. And all you do next to GTN 750Xi, click on Activate. Let's scroll out a bit so you can see the changes. Activate. There you go. Get rid of that tablet. Come back into the Garmin system. So there you go. License to Jim Hodgson. That's just my YouTube name, but you can put your own name in there. When you buy it, you have to register a name. So that's what that was. These navigation databases and different databases here, as you can see, they're all expired. Nothing to worry about. I don't believe there's a way of updating them. Expired on 29th of December or the 1st of December here, 2022. It's not going to affect the sim. The sim's been out since 2020. But this is when this specific Garmin system was copied across, I believe, and this was created. So don't worry about those expired dates. They're not going to affect anything. Just go to continue and continue again. It's going to talk to me in a second. Just give it a second. Click on the message for now.
TOS, system test OK.
System test OK, great. TDS consumer license, not intended to be used in a professional environment. Well, that rules me out. License to me. There you go. And what I'll do, I'll first go over these different options you get on the main screen, then I'll talk more about the map specifically later. That's the map, I'll come back to this later. A highly detailed and interactive map screen. I'll come back to that, that's going to be quite a lot to talk about. You've got a traffic option here. And a lot of these options are copied across. Some of them simply may not work. This is copied across. You are basically getting a Garmin trainer in its completeness in your flight simulator, which I don't believe has happened before. Someone can correct me on that. You get a terrain thing here. I'll come back to that a little bit later too. I'll show you more of that later. Weather. Now this is what I'm talking about. You get the complete Garmin system, whether it's implemented in the sim or not. If it's not supported by a Sobo, it may not work. So various different ones of these weather functions may or may not work. I know some weather does work with this system, and you can read that on the actual homepage like I showed you before. But a lot of these other systems may not work. It's just simply copied across. But it's still nice to have charts. It's an interesting one. This one I will have to come back to. Essentially, it gives you its own database of North America, but not over Europe. So if I click on approaches, no chart available. There's no VATSIM Navigraph integration at this time. I did reach out to my rep at TDS just to ask him, or my contacts, basically my main contacts, just to ask him whether there was any sort of intention of including the Navigraph charts. So not at this time, but he's not going to rule it out. For the moment, you just get North American charts. I can show you that later. It has its own database, but unfortunately, not in Europe. Not a problem for me. I do have Navigraph. Flight plan. Yeah, you can create a flight plan here, but I can show you a better way of doing that on the world map later. And procedures here, nearest, all the various, oh, there you go, my goodness me. You want your list of nearest VORs? There you go, that is fantastic, isn't it? User waypoints. I don't have any user waypoints yet. I'm going to show you that later. I've just showed you the VORs, haven't I? BRPs, and all kinds of good fun stuff if you want to do VOR to VOR flying. This is a great way. The airspace is here. There's a whole load of information here, my goodness me, that I've not even looked at properly myself. Where were we? Waypoint information. Services. Well, waypoint info. I've not shown you that yet. Yep. If I go through all this, the video is going to be 10 hours long, so I'm just showing you what's available. Services, this interested me. You got a phone option here, and I thought, can we connect phones somehow? I don't believe you can. It's not supported by Microsoft Flight Sim, SMS, text, that type of thing. This is just something you would find in the GTNXi if you had this in real life, but it's not supported in the sim. And unfortunately, the music's not as well. It would be great to tune into a radio. But yeah, this doesn't work. It's just because it's copied across from the genuine system. Still nice to have it. Contacts, yeah, that's not going to work. I don't have any. Utilities. You've got things like VNAV, trip planning, fuel planning. Goodness me, there's so much in this. There really is so much in this that I've not even looked at myself. Let me just click on each of these so you can, you know, you've got a timer there if you want there. Scheduled messages, create scheduled messages, logs. Goodness me. There's so much in this. And emergency, there is a smart glide option in this as well. Maybe I could show you that later. We'll see how time's doing. What I first want to show you is this interactive map. So let's go to that now. So let's now discuss the main article, and let me show you the main article of this GTNXi system. It's the map feature, and what you can do on here is quite incredible. You can zoom in and out, nothing unusual there. I've got a lot of detail on. I'm going to show you how to lessen this in a moment. But have you ever seen such a detailed Garmin map as this? Look at this. You can even see the elevation of the land there as well over the UK. So you get to Scotland and look at that, and Wales. Let's just go back so it centers you over my view and zoom right in, and the detail continues. Zoom in far enough, you can even see the terminal buildings at your chosen airport. So you can imagine if you're at Heathrow Airport, you're going to get all the different terminals showing. Here it's got terminal building, the fire station, the jet center, GA apron, the taxiways. Vast amounts of detail on here, even the docks, King George V dock, Royal Albert dock. And I'm going to show you more of this later because you can even do this on the fly, so to speak. So let's zoom out again. Now, if you click on the menu button here, let's lessen this detail. Click on the menu button. You've got map detail. I'm going to take it down a notch. Basically, it will get rid of all the building markers. Those markers you saw before, the red markers, were all building markers and crane markers. I don't need them on, so I've taken them out. You've got things like topo. Don't like that. I prefer topo on, so you get a better map view. There we go. More realistic. Terrain on or off. Keep it off for now. I'll show you a bit of that later. I've got airspaces off, but you've got various options. Precip charts, traffic. And you click on map setup. The options continue. Obviously the orientation, nothing unusual about these parts. Get to aviation. This is where it gets interesting. You've got airport range, heliports, safe taxi diagrams. What's going on there? Runway extensions. Click on land. I'm not going to go through these slowly because there's so much to show you. Road detail. City detail. River and lake detail. Airspaces. So many options here that you can change. I've got meta on, I've got lightning on. I don't know what that's about, but if there's lightning strikes, maybe it will show me. So a lot of details you can go through there with the map menu. Well, let me now get back to this map. Let's do a direct to, shall we? Nothing unusual about this. Click on the direct to button. Don't want to go to the Thames Barrier. I want to go to EG. Just type in with the keypad here, EGLL. Heathrow should come up. And we can activate that. I've got a direct to Heathrow Airport. Like I said, nothing unusual. You can do that with other Garmin systems. I'm just touching the tip of the iceberg. Click on the direct to again. We're going to remove that. There we go. So the now direct to has been removed. As you notice, when I'm zooming around the map here, or moving around the map, you've got to graphically edit flight plan. What the heck is that? Well, let's click it. Let's click on our origin airport. It's added. Oh, click on this one. I can create a flight plan straight from the Garmin system here. Let's zoom out a bit. Click on this one, add that, and we'll add... Oh, no. Heathrow Airport. I almost clicked on the wrong one there. And I'm going to make my way slowly to Birmingham Airport using this. So I'm just creating a flight plan to get towards Birmingham Airport. I have to zoom in to get a few of these waypoints up. We can add that one. Zoom in a bit more, you get more navigation points options. Click on that. Zoom out. How are we doing towards Birmingham? Not so far though, I can't see the airports. There we go, the Birmingham's up there. So we'll zoom in a bit more. And we can add that one. That will do for now. I'll click on done. Oh, that's done for you. I've created a flight plan straight from the Garmin system here. If you don't like any of these, by the way, just go back there. You can click on this box here and you can remove any of those waypoints you've just added if you don't want any of them in. I'm okay with them. What I don't like is that I'm taking off. And it's a sharp turn there, isn't it, to my GPS. I'm going to make that a bit easier. So on this screen, on the first screen on your map, basically, so the first screen, I can click on a point here. This point will do. And I can create a waypoint. And I can give that a name or identifier near EGLC. Or near EG will do for that. You only get so many letters there, so near H, near Hoddesdon International, that's fine. Click on enter. Now, if you don't, you can click on this temporary, it'll be temporary for this flight only. If you don't click on that, next time you load in, that custom waypoint will still be there. Outstanding, it is outstanding. But I'm going to keep it temporary for this flight and click create. And I can click on graphically edit and I can move this line to include that waypoint I've just added. There you go, so I'll take off and get there first, click on done. I'm going to do the same towards Birmingham. So let's zoom in towards Birmingham Airport there. This will do, create a custom waypoint. Near B, we'll call this one. Near Birmingham. Whatever you want to call it, identifier. Click on temporary again, I don't want it next time. Create, and it's there. Graphically edit, and we'll add that. And then we can add Birmingham Airport. Done! There's a flight plan for you. I've not finished yet showing you what you can do with this. If we click on Birmingham, a little box will come up here, waypoint info. Let's click on that. Give you the information, the elevation, that's okay. It will give you a preview and you can zoom in and scroll around. If you want to know whether you need to taxi left or right to get to your terminal or taxiway, you can do it while you're flying in the air. So I'm in the air, I'm taking a preview of the airport to see where the taxiways are. Procedures. Let's go ILS 33 there, shall we? And we can just load that. Don't worry about that, it's only for monitoring purposes. Let's go back. Runways, frequencies. So I'm flying along, I want to tune in to ILS 33. Well, I can do that from this menu. Click on that. And I can say, make it active. I'm now tuned in to my navs radio, tuned in to ILS 33. I'll have the emergency as standby. Why not? Just in case something goes wrong. Well, it's actually in my comm radio there. The emergency, of course. It's now in my comm radio standby. I can even make that active. Well, just by clicking on it again, make it active. There you go. It's active. So there you go, it's given me a bit of a funny direction now, so I will need to edit. Let's go back. I will need to edit this and remove a couple of waypoints to make more sense of that ILS I've just set up. But I'm not going to in this video. What I'm going to do, I'm going to load into a different area to show you more goodness of this GTNXi. So let me show you one or two other features, then I'll come to my conclusion. I'm at San Fran Airport at the moment. KSFO, again in the Cessna 182RG. Let's jump into the cockpit, and if we zoom out, you can see there's lots of hills and mountains around here. So you see the undulation of the land. What I wanted to show you, like I said, is the terrain option here, as we have a lot of terrain. It'll be a good place. You can do it that way and you get that sort of reddy, you know, darker reds for the higher terrains effectively and lower reds. I actually prefer that off. Terrain off. And you can see that clearly in a picture. Look at the detail there. This is something else, isn't it? And you can scroll around. But let's go back. And what I want to show you, let's zoom all the way in. And we can click on this airport here where we are. And I want to show you something with this KSFO. If we go to the charts now, view charts, it will give you all the various different charts for approaches. So choose between your different approaches here. And I don't believe this is Navigraph. This is actually the systems that are in the Garmin trainer. But it's only covering North America, which makes it very tempting for me now to go and explore. And you can move that around. Zoom into the detail or zoom out to make it a little bit clearer. It's a little bit blurry if you look at it zoomed out. So you really do have to zoom in. But you can see your procedures and approaches and departures, of course. So there we go, various different departures. Zoom into that to take a look at it, and that's straight in with this system. This is included, but it's only for North America. It's a great added feature, isn't it? Well, listen, let me give you my overall thoughts on this GTNXi. Now, when I first heard about it, I thought, oh, £40, I'm not sure. I'm going to reach out to TDS, and thankfully they gave me a preview copy. Now I know what it can do. I would have jumped at this a year ago. It's been out for a while now. I would have got this for my Cessna 182 RG, because there's so much you can do, like I showed you before. You know, graphically, make up your own flight plan here and fly along. Zoom out. Let's get to this airport down here. Add that. There we go. Done. So you create your own flight plans. And I'm only touching the surface. I've not gone over many of the features like the emergency landings and goodness knows what. And even if you go into the look into your airports, we've got the charts here, haven't we? View charts for this. Look at my approaches. Just incredible stuff, and there's so much to show you that I haven't done, but I would have jumped at this. It's a high recommendation from me. If you have a compatible aircraft like the Cessna 182 RG or the Comanche or something of that sort, you want to take it to the next level. I'm getting as much value from this module that I would do normally from an entire aircraft. There's so much to play around with, and it's taken me a week to find out the features that some of the features that I've shown you so far. Incredible module, high recommendation from me, but do let me know your own thoughts. Are you tempted by this? Do you own it? People and reviewers who already own it are highly raving about it, and I am too. Give the video a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for many more flight simulator videos on their way, and I'll see you soon.